Hello and welcome. My name's Anthony Pipes and this is my coast to coast walk. Day 13, the final day, hopefully. And it was never going to start any other way, really, was it? It had to start with a tough old climb. So I spent the night in Grosmont House. Very nice B&B. Granted, it wasn't cheap, but certainly get what you pay for. I think it was very comfy, very well decorated. Yeah, no complaints at all. Breakfast was very nice. So I'm feeling all refreshed. Even had a shave for the occasion. All revived and ready to go on the last day. I'm just checking I'm on the right route before I carry on climbing up. So quite a severe climb up out of Grosmont. I think it's supposed to be quite boggy in patches on the route today. So much the same as what we've already had, I suppose. But we are on the way, and hopefully in about 6-7 hours we'll be going down that slope into Robin Hood's Bay. Dip the feet, throw the stone, game over. Let's do this. And the 33% gradient continues. What a wake-up call this is. Quite a brutal climb out of Grosmont, but over in the distance we've got Whitby Abbey. Obviously I can see it. I don't know what it's going to be like on computer screen for you lot, but yeah, I can see the sea and I can see Whitby. 1.5 miles of pure torture. That's where I've come from, not where I'm going. 1.5 miles pure, 33% incline. I've finally levelled out. Oh, that's got me dripping. I'm sorry to be so disgusting, but I'm dripping now. That sun is high in the sky. It is very hot this morning. It is climbing up that hill anyway. Wow, beautiful day. I've actually got some sunshine to finish off. Started in sunshine, fingers crossed we're finishing in sunshine. Looking promising. It's just a bit murky in between. Wow, that was tough. Right, on it. I passed quite close by to a trig point. It's supposed to be over there. I was just about to say I haven't seen a clear path to it, but there's one here. But actually from this path, it's quite a long way back. I was hoping to be one up there that sort of go around in a circle. So I think I'm going to give it a miss. I don't want to go all the way up there, which is a shame because I like to trig points off. But yeah, it's a long way back to that from this path, so I'm going to give it a miss. I've got enough walking to do. I've done enough walking. Actually, I'm feeling really good today. Really good. The feet are feeling quite alright. Let's not speak too soon. I'm only just about 2 miles into a 17-mile trek, so but fingers crossed. Going at a good pace, we should be there in a good time. Off-road for a little bit, back across moorland. Views, I think this is Slate's Moor. Views far better than I've had obviously any other time on the moors. That's Whitby Abbey. Bit hazy across there, but I can make it out. It's hard to tell on that little tiny screen. Gorgeous day so far. Heading along this road here, there's a little path to the side of me, well, a little trodden in grass area. But it just makes you think I could just go straight down there and get to Whitby in like an hour. Unfortunately, our route's a little bit longer than that, and probably a little bit more scenic and a little bit more interesting. I go off just to the right, just up ahead, kind of just in front of the Abbey. Now there's a signpost, and that's where I head and go back across these moors. So there was the sign I was on about. Bridle way to Littlebeck, also sea to sea. Just admiring the colours, the greens and the purples and the, is it a purple or a pink, whatever you like. Eskdale side cum Ugglebarnby. What a fantastic name. That's roughly where I'm going through. I've just come over to somewhere in the middle of your screen there. But what a fantastic name. Who thought up that? That must have been after a few lagers, I bet. And again, the views over to Whitby Abbey. What a beautiful morning. It's 9 o'clock. I've done 3 or 4 miles now. 3 miles, just short of 3 miles. Don't know where I got the 4th from, that was hopeful, wasn't it? But it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Someone loves the phone box. Please pause. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Not much of a churchy person, but my strength is feeling renewed today. It really, really is. So we're coming down to Littlebeck. Right, entering Littlebeck Wood. Footpath to the Falling Foss. There's a tea room up here as well. And just gone 4 miles. Right, I've been through here before. 3 years ago, I spent a few months in Scarborough, and Littlebeck Wood was somewhere that I explored, so I kind of know what's to come. But it is something to look forward to. There's some interesting stuff. It's a very nice little wood to walk through if you're ever in the area, coasting it or not. We'll follow this beck, and it's really pretty little wood. Do come visit. Just a little waterfall as we pass through the wood.
Yeah.
Morning, gents.
Morning, mate.
Yeah,
you do.
How I spy with my little eye some young men from Hadley.
It is, yeah.
How we doing?
Very good. Oh, I like you.
It's me.
Right.
I know I'd see you at some point.
Hello again, boy. Well done. How are you?
Much better weather today, aren't we?
Oh, glorious.
Loving it.
Well done, my man.
I'll see you in the bay.
Yeah.
The Hermitage. A hollowed out cave. GNC in 1790. A little seating area in there. I imagine the views were quite something once as well. Not so anymore. Right, I'm also led to believe that up on top of this, there's the Hermitage. There's a little seat. Like daddy and baby seat, isn't it? Well, it's a bit hard with the rucksack on. Ah. Whew. Due a sit down, I think. 4.9 miles in an hour and a half. Pretty good going. Pretty speedy today. The sun has got me bouncing. And the smell of the finish line, I think. And that's the falling foss. Pretty impressive waterfall. It's certainly a beautiful morning for a woodland wander. So I think that's my walk through Littlebeck Wood complete, and I go off up here. My path, my obstacle in between. It's looking like a leap of faith. Oh heck, that's quite a long way. That's over a metre, that is. I'm confident I do it, but with a bag on my back and tired old legs. Right, rocking it. 1, 2, 3. Whew. That mission is complete. It was all going far too well. Oh, that is even over my boots. The style's there. I'm near the end of the field and it's just going to a bloody bath. Ah, my feet were keeping really dry. Never to be, was it? Well, well, I think they'll dry. I think they will be dry before the bay. Oh, that's so annoying. I can see the sea. It's a lot closer than it was earlier. I still don't go directly to it. I take a bit of a detour and go around the bay, but I can see the sea. The end is in sight. Do not let the sign deceive you. It may say it's only 3.5 miles. That's the direct road route. We will be doing a little bit more than that. So I'm in Hawsker. From here I could take the road route to Robin Hood's Bay. It's only about 2.5 miles. But I'm following in Wainwright's footsteps and going round the bay as he advises. So this is my route. I guess this was once an old well. It probably said on that sign that I've just sort of glanced at and thought I'll read later. TC 1790. I'm heading up the track now to Northcliffe Caravan Park and Seaview Caravan Park, I think, one of which I walked through. I'm just starting to feel the sea breeze. I can almost taste the salt. Well, that's probably because it's a bit hot and I'm a bit sweaty. Oh, it feels like we're getting so close. I think we go through Northcliffe Holiday Park, sorry, not whatever I just said, North Sea. Northcliffe Caravan Park. It's a very pretty bush, brightly yellow coloured, like that. How good does that feel? Well, I think that's fair enough. We'll literally walk straight through the middle of the caravan park. Look how close the sea is. So that's the walk through the caravan park. How close is that sea? Granted, I've got to walk to get to Robin Hood's Bay. I nearly said St Bees, that would be a walk, wouldn't it? But it's so close. It's in as well, the tide's in, so I ain't got to walk out into the middle of the ocean. Bayness. That's the one that I just had a shot of, I think, from just back there. Can't see much from here. There's another view back on Bayness. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Hood's Bay is just a stone's throw away, just behind that wall down there. And I think I can get out onto the beach, which is what I was hoping. I can see people on it, just a little stretch at the far side. So as long as the tide doesn't come in the next half an hour, we'll get down on that beach. I'll speak to you again before then though. Worth pausing to have a read. Right, so as I drop down the road into the bay, I just want to say a few thank yous. Thank you firstly to my mum and dad for putting up with my son for the last fortnight. Coincidentally, his name Bertie, as I walk past Bertie's. It can be a handful, so fair play to him. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that has donated. You wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you to all the well-wishers who have called or messaged on Facebook or replied to comments, left comments, likes, etc. Thank you to everyone I've met along the way. Talking to other people about this walk as they're doing it as well has been fantastic. And last of all, but not least, thank you of course to Mr. Alfred Wainwright, without who this walk may not exist. Fantastic walk, tough scenery, tough landscape, but it's been amazing. It's been absolutely wonderful.
Come on then.
Savouring the moment. 13 days ago I dipped my boots in the Irish Sea in a little town called St Bees on the western coast of England. I've conquered mountain, I've trudged through peat bog after peat bog, I've fought my way through low-lying sludgy footpaths draped with sodden wet crops which soaked me to the bone. I think that was the lowest part. There's been a couple of lows, but the lows have been far overpowered by the highs. It really has been such a fantastic experience. I've seen some of the most beautiful scenery that this country has to offer, and I've had some really glorious weather along the way. Obviously also had the awful weather through the moors, but it is what it is. To anyone that's thinking of doing this walk, I really would encourage you to come and do it. Put a bit of training in. It is tough going over them mountains and hills. It is hard work, but it is so rewarding. And it is with a great sense of achievement and a huge amount of pride that I find myself here now after walking over 200 miles, what with the high routes, the detours, exploring the towns and villages. I've made it here to Robin Hood's Bay. I feel quite overjoyed. Not really much else to say. Only one thing left to do, or two things: dip the feet and throw the stone. I'm going to leave you with a couple of photos. I say a couple, probably a minute's worth of photos from my journey most of which are from the Lake District, because that's when I had my decent camera and that's when I had the decent weather. There won't be many of the moors, it's fair to say. So that's it. It is over. Quite sad about it, but I suppose it's time to look forward to the next adventure. I don't know yet what that is, but I'm sure there'll be something around the corner. Thank you so much for watching. If you've stuck with it and watched it all from the start, thank you 100 times. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Pipes and I have just walked across England.
Video and see that.